the only place they're not looking at a screen. Rapt attention. Look, even the college kids put their phones away. What's going on?
It's the atmosphere, Paulie. I mean, what can I say?
It's a show. And Janelle McDonald is continuing a legacy that goes back to Chris Waller, through Valerie Condos Field, where it became an event, right? It wasn't just a gymnastics meet. I remember talking to Miss Val, and she would bring in performers before the meet, after the meet. She'd say, look, it's Hollywood. You got to put on a show. You got to give them something extra to get them to come back.
You really have to think about it as your stage, which is exactly what it is. And I think it's so fun. I mean, gymnastics, a lot of people really only watch it in the Olympics, so I think it's really cool when we kind of get them immersed in the experience in college, because it's very fun and it's not so rigid as elite.
Is it one of the reasons you came here? You told me, I think last week, that you wanted to be a Bruin since you were 12 and you came
yeah.
to but because of the atmosphere, the dance and having fun, not so rigid and serious.
Routines, and I loved, you know, what Miss Val stood for, and like I said, the food on campus really sold me as well. But yeah. There were so many positives.
We're going to go back and look at Selena Harris's vault, which ended up with a 9.975 for UCLA, one of two they had at the end of the rotation.
Sticky feet.
And then right behind it, another 9.975, of course, by Jordan Childs. That's 23 of 25 now have been 9.9 plus.
I just love how committed they were to absorbing that landing, and that air awareness is just...
I've seen it 4 times now. I'm not a judge.
Like
so
a jaw drop.
I don't see it, but yeah. What was wrong with it?
I don't know.
I mean, you know, the judge sees something, and I don't want to undercut him, but I didn't
maybe
see
a little,
it.
maybe a little bit of feet form, but again, we see it in slow motion, so...
But, by the way, Janelle McDonald is a licensed judge.
Oh, yes. So,
most coaches think they are. Yeah. Janelle really is. I get one a show, Janae. That was it. I get one freebie a show. UCLA is going to move to the bars, where they're ranked 5th in the country, 2nd in the conference. UCLA is averaging almost a 49.5, which is a ridiculous number. And they've gone 49.725. In fact, they did that on our meet last week against Stanford. It is the 3rd highest score in UCLA history and the highest since 2017. Meantime, Iowa State goes to the vault, where they're just under 49 on the season. Scores came in, Iowa State with a 49.075. They closed with 4 straight 9.8s. And UCLA, a season best, 49.475. At 9.95 or better. That's not only elite level, that's not only great college level, that's Olympic level. And 2 days ago, she dropped this. As of right now, after NCAAs in April, I'll be training in Texas all of 2024 for the Olympics. I'll be deferring UCLA studies another year, then I'll finish schooling afterwards. I haven't fully decided, but right now I'm coming back to UCLA after Paris. Look, as much as we love watching her, I want to see her at the Olympic Games.
I do, because I don't know if anyone has ever noticed, but she hasn't really watered down her skills in any of her routines. She's really kept her elite skills in there. And I don't know, I think that's an attest to her really keeping the Olympics in the back of her mind. So does that mean, like, she's not going to compete, like, finishing her studies, so
we've had Olympians go and come back. It just depends. She said, you know, she's already won international medals this summer at the championships and the Challenge Cup in Paris. So she knows she still belongs on the biggest stage. The Olympic Games, for most, are a once in a lifetime. If she can go to Paris, she's got to go.
Yeah, I agree. So my dream of her being an AAI award finalist, are you telling me that's not happening?
I think she'll come back because she enjoys this so much.
She does love the sport very much.
After the Olympics, they said that's enough. But look, Jake Carey won an Olympic gold medal and then comes right to Oregon State and picks up just like everybody else.
I think it's cool because I think we really haven't seen gymnasts come back to college after the Olympics since, what, like Mohini?
Hardwash, originally here, UCLA.
I don't know, once you reach 22, your body starts hurting.
Yeah, it's all over.
Yeah,
that's, I mean, for this sport, you're a senior gymnast at that point. Like, you said it, Jordan Childs, she's cut above everybody else with the exception of maybe like Miley O'Keefe on beam and Jake Carey on everything. But, you know, there's a gap. You can see that she must have been thinking about this for a while because, like you said, she didn't water it down. She didn't want to take it out and have to put it back in.
And same with Jade, you know? Yeah, that both of them have kept really difficult skills that like, they're the only ones doing Yurchenko double full.
Has Jade said she's thinking and going to Paris?
I heard some whispers, but you know, there hasn't been a statement, but I'm not surprised because again, you know, they're really keeping that in the back of their mind, so I love to see it.
Utah and Oregon State after us up at Gill Coliseum, Elisa Mao and Rich Burke calling it. I'll text them and tell them to whisper in her ear again. Say, hey, I know you love Corvallis, but Paris is beautiful in the summertime.
Visit.
All right, so second rotation, and Iowa State over to the vault. Ana Irene Palacios for the Cyclones. Always in the 9-8 range on this event.
Yeah, Yurchenko full, and from the angle that we saw, she had a little bit of form break coming onto the table, and she really just needs to open up her hips right before the landing to take out that hop, but good vault to start.
I'm going to let the PA announcer throw her name out there for you. Kalyani Steele, senior for UCLA, up on the bars for the last time.
And I truly believe we saw the best bar routine from her last weekend, and I really think she's just grown so much and has finally found that confidence in herself. She's a beautiful swinger, very fluid. She's going to finish off with a double layout.
Came back from surgery a couple of weeks ago at Washington. She'd been out for almost a full year. Went 9-9 against Stanford. UCLA Gymnastics is one of those programs that honors the commitment, giving her a chance on senior day to lead off the starting lineup. Palacios 9.775, like you said, seems like she's always right in the 9-8 range, just underneath it there. Natalie Horowitz from Massachusetts only had a couple of vaults mid-season.
It's a huge ball. Yurchenko full.
And she fell off to the side, and I don't know if her left foot landed on the mat, but she just kind of collapsed.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned she got incredible height on that.
I wonder if it scared her more than anything. She felt herself drifting. Nope, just sat it down.
Yeah. So they're going to want to drop that score.
Steele goes 9.875. Checking the scores. Not quite a season high for Steele. Once again, Emily Lee, who had a 9.85 on the vault in the first rotation.
Beautiful handstands on this event. Very clean lines. Pack salto down to the low bar. She's going to do a Maloney half, which is called a Van Leeuwen. Back up to the high bar.
In and out of this lineup a couple of times this year.
A little short on that last handstand. Double layout to finish. Look at that Van Leeuwen again. It's very difficult to do. Usually you see gymnasts kind of do that release but without that half turn, so it's really cool to see them use all the variations of that release in their routines.
You're going to want to drop, well, they can't drop Horowitz's score because they're only going 5, so they're going to have to count it. I wonder if they can rethink that and get a 6th vault in there. Kelsey Boychuk, senior from Broomfield, Colorado, outside of Boulder.
She gets great pop off the horse.
She was back in Colorado against Denver. She had her best score in this event in 9.875. And that Denver meet, by the way, that was Iowa State's top score for the year at a 196.3. Back-to-back 9.875s. Steele and Lee. Ana Padario will be in 2 events, bars and beam as usual.
Such a beautiful toe point on this event. She's going to do a toe shoot to a Maloney. beautiful bail down to the low bar. Really hit that vertical. That's what the judges are looking for. Beautiful last cast handstand. Full in dismount. Stuck that landing.
She had a 9.95 on that same routine on those same bars last week against Stanford. Will this one be better? Now she landed with her feet one in front of the other. Judges get her for that?
Yeah, the judges can't get you for that usually. Well, like we said, it's subjective. So as long as you get your heels together, but if you kind of land in that beam feet, as long as you kind of scooch them together, that counts as a stick. As long as your feet don't move. But again,
her feet didn't move.
They did not move.
But she likes it. You see her back on the beam. 9.725 from Boychuk. Brings us to Josie Bergstrom. She's a homegrown Iowa kid. By the way, Iowa State's roster is one of the most diverse, not only in college gymnastics, college sports. They have 7 different countries represented in Ames.
Shango full really has that good height and distance. That was good form as well. It's really tightened up that form throughout the season, which is what they needed to increase their vault score.
We already saw Laura Cook is from England.
Yes.
And then they have Emily Hong is from Canada. Alondra Maldonado is from Puerto Rico.
Guatemala.
Palacios from Guatemala. 9.9. Paterario. I thought Paterario deserved better than the 9.9.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good routine.
Would have accepted a 9.925.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Just a huge release move to start off. Beautiful handstand. It's called a ray. Handstands just locked in. This is going to be a great score. All she really needs to do is stick this dismount. Just held each handstand for at least a second. Didn't have that hop, but I think that's the only deduction that I saw.
Well, she's top 30 in the country on everything. She's 11th on bars, but the number that really impresses, as a freshman, she is 6th in the all-around.
She's so good. Because how can you not love watching her? Her talent is undeniable. Oh yeah.
Grips.
I always love the up close and
Nope, that was right.
Nope, that was good. It was really just kind of, that's when air awareness comes in handy, when you need to know when to like open your hips and get ready for that landing. But no, that was a good dismount.
9.775. Anna Royam, again, second time we've seen her.
Shango full, very solid, clean in the air. Extremely happy with that as well.
It's only her 3rd vault of the year. Her best was a 9.725. This might be a season high for her. This is pretty clean.
Yeah, kept her body straight throughout the entire twist. You see those lines on the mat too. It's right in between those.
Back-to-back 9.9s. Paterario, Harris. Arczetta Frazier. Frazier, the co-champion in this conference on this event back in 2021. 7 straight have been 9.8 or better.
Beautiful Maloney to a pack salto, just floats down to the low bar. Gonna see a Van Leeuwen from her as well. Finishing off her routine with the double layout.
Yeah, her layouts are so beautiful. It's almost like a soap bubble. Yeah, just floating through the air. No hurry, no worry.
I like that.
And her feet find the mat.
No hurry, no worry.
She just knows, she's done it so many times, she knows where she is. She knows where it's going to finish. It's not the last time we'll see her. She'll be back on floor. And that's going to be an emotional moment. So Iowa State did go to the bullpen. They call in a 6th. And ask Langkamp to get them a score. They want to drop that 9-2-2-5. It's the time of year everybody needs to bump their team scores. Now, I don't have any vaults for Langkamp. It's her first vault of the year. Well, they had to go for it.
They did have to go for it, so that'll be higher than the 9-2-2-5 because she didn't fall.
Langkamp didn't even compete last year.
But that honestly
That
really
might be
says
her
a lot
first-
about her character because she stepped up.
Just did it, just went for it. I don't think she's ever had a collegiate vault. I'm all the way back to 2021, and I don't see one for her. So she must have righted at the club level, so she knew how to do a vaulting. Right, said, go give us a Yurchenko, give us a 975.
Yeah.
Back to the bars, and Jordan Childs.
We talked about her difficulty earlier, just jam-packed.
Number 2 in the country on this event.
Gonna do an in-bar hanger.
Had a perfect 10 last week, right here.
There it is. Here we go.
Got a chance.
Found it.
She's gonna put the judges to it again. Yep. That's what everybody's thinking.
I mean, did you see that handstand before her this round? Just have a cup of tea.
The strength, the confidence.
What did you say? No hurry, no worry.
No hurry, no worry. It was statuesque.
It's gonna be my motto for the rest of my life.
She just held it. And it looked like she could have been there all afternoon. Janelle McDonald made her name as a coach. That's not even bonus coach. She knew it. The crowd knew it. And now the judges know it. It's a perfect 10, second week in a row for Jordan Childs at home on bars. She is ridiculous.
I mean, you can just, I love this view too because you're gonna get a really good look at the vertical handstand she was hitting. Her form is great. It's this one though, right here. Look at Janelle. So good. And you can just tell that the team really knows what to expect because she competes the same each weekend, and it's really just about, really comes down to the landings and just those little details. So she's flirting with that 40.
She's had 10s on bars and beam, and she's had 9.975s on vault. Vault and beam, yeah, the only are the two she hasn't gotten perfect toward. She's gotten half perfect scores. She's that close. She's knocking on the door of perfection. So now that's 22 scores of 9.95 or better, and now 24 of her last 26 have been 9.9 or better. She's unconscious. You know, I see her before meets, and I want to talk to her, but then I don't want to say anything, right? You just want to leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes perfection should just be admired from afar, and I don't want to get blamed for anything.
Oh goodness.
So, you know, I usually wait till afterwards, give her a little nod on the way out, but
She just easily does her thing though, the second she salutes.
and how do you not root for her? The smile, she plays with the crowd, she shows her personality.
Yep.
You know, it's what you want to see, right? In your heroes and your sports figures, you want to see them having the fun. Everybody always says to us in TV, oh, your job must be so much fun. It is. Beats working.
So much fun. It definitely beats working.
UCLA went 49.575 on bars. Not a season high, but great.